Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw. I'm here in New York City at a fabulous historic property that I think everybody thinks they know, the Algonquin, which is a very famous property here. It's actually the oldest hotel in New York, and we're going to talk to the general manager here, Willis Lawhead, and he knows everything about this property, and he's sort of the keeper of the flame here, there's a recent renovation, and it looks great, and you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Willis, great to meet you. I have stayed here before. I'm staying here tonight. Thank you very much. It is just such a historic property. You said this is the oldest property in New York, right?
The oldest operating hotel in New York City.
Wow. Dates from 1902?
1902. The land was purchased in 1901, and it took them 15 months to build.
Wow. So that we've had it. And of course, what this hotel it's famous for something that maybe not a lot of your clients might remember. It's called the Round Table. It was back in the 20s, 30s, I guess it was.
About 10 years between 1919 and 1929.
Okay, so those were years where the gathering of all these great writers, playwrights, poets, amazing gathering, and it's still celebrated in the pages of the New Yorker. We have cartoons here in back of it, and you'll see it all around the hotel, references to that. And the place of the Round Table still exists, right?
Correct, yeah, and we've refinished the Round Table and bringing it back in March, actually.
So we're going to have a new Round Table coming in, and this is not the Knights of the Round Table, but it was the literary figures of their day, and a lot of people say they know what it is, but I think we're going to find out a lot of people are going to be educated a little bit more about what it is. And since that time, the hotel has hosted a lot of cool people, from what I hear.
Yeah, that's a fact. We've carried from the Round Table into the Jazz Age. We were the first hotel to host unaccompanied women. So
horrors, you could do that.
Yeah. So we had a great many jazz singers, performers, into the kind of progressive Hollywood age. Broadway musicals, My Fair Lady was written here, on into the 50s, 60s, 70s with Norman Mailer wrote here, William Faulkner wrote a Pulitzer acceptance speech here, Maya Angelou stayed here, Lou Reed used to hide here at the bar at the front, rarely smiling, but we did get a smile out of him. Right. We never got his sunglasses off, but we got a smile.
And I think you have Elvis Costello was here too.
Elvis Costello would come by late at night and perform here unannounced.
But you're still getting performers coming in, and you actually have performances several times a week, right?
Yeah, we have on Tuesday evenings, we have a cabaret evening, no cover. The Algonquin was always famous for having a very strict and stiff cover. But post-COVID, we made it no cover. So Tuesday evening is cabaret with KT Sullivan, and Thursday evening is a young up-and-coming piano player. And then Broadway performers stop by. Mondays especially is a good Broadway night. And you never know who you're going to see.
And you are, we were talking about Broadway, have an excellent location for Broadway. I mean, you're West 44th Street, you're Broadway all around you. It really is one of the great places to stay if you plan, or if your clients are coming here to see Broadway, right?
Yeah, steps from the Belasco. Some of the great institutions of Broadway are just steps away.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to ask you about was that your history. I mean, how long have you been the general manager here?
I took over, I reopened it. I took the chains off the doors after COVID in 2021. So going on 3 years? Okay. Going on 3 years.
Cool. And where were you before?
I was a chef before. I was the chef of the Plaza Hotel. I opened the MoMA. I was the chef of the Ritz-Carlton. Yeah. After becoming a father, I ventured out of the kitchen and into front management and was food and beverage director and did a number of openings and then came here for my first general manager's job.
Now, when was the hotel got its last major renovation? When did you think?
The last major renovation from soup to nuts was in 2015, and during COVID, we did all the public spaces. So where we are now, the Oak Room got redone. The Blue Bar got redone, the lobby, the front desk, Hamlet's Corner, we should mention Hamlet at some point, the second floor, all the meeting rooms and everything, all the hallways got redone in 2021.
Okay, because I know that the room that I'm in is really looks wonderful. It looks very, very, and it's an old style room, but with new furnishings and everything like that.
Still residential in feel. I think part of the attraction to the Algonquin is that it feels like old New York, a little bit deja vu-y, and but still is modern and up to date.
And how many rooms and suites do you have?
181 rooms and 24 suites.
Wow. So it's not an inconsequential property. It's close to 200, but it is boutique. Right?
Boutique size, yes.
Now, let's talk about what about food and beverage here? You have a restaurant. You have a great bar down here, aside from the famous Round Table, right?
We have the famous Round Table, but we also have the infamous Blue Bar. The Blue Bar has been in operation since the 20s, the 1920s, not the 2020s, and named the Blue Bar because of John Barrymore, who came in and liked blue gels over the lights. And we've kind of fostered a cocktail culture for 100 years.
That's great. So if you want to come for a drink after the theater or something like that, or if you're staying here, obviously. But it is really a very intimate hotel. There's really kind of one main floor where everybody's gathering in the sort of living room, bar, restaurant area, right?
Yeah, I think it's a comfortable place for quiet debauchery. It's a place to hide or to greet or to have a party of any size, from 2 to 10.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have some friends, and Ann Scully, I'm talking to you, Virtuoso Agent, who has wanted to meet me here at the Round Table forever. And so now that I say this, I'm going to shame you into coming next time. So we're going to, and we'll come and have a drink with Ann, who's a wonderful travel advisor. Now, tell us a little bit about, you are part of Marriott's autograph collection, right? How has that helped?
Well, Marriott's autograph collection is, as we like to say, like nothing else. So we're individual, but still branded. Marriott is a powerhouse in terms of reservation, and the loyalty that people have to Marriott is just absolutely incredible. We're the only autograph in the area, and we are permitted and expected to keep our own personality, which is great. So while we're under the umbrella, we're still allowed to foster this atmosphere of creativity that has been the Algonquin for so long.
And indeed, you're also a member of Historic Hotels of America, too, right?
As of just about a week ago.
Really? That's
Yeah.
incredible. I can't believe they waited so long.
Well, we were before, and then COVID, and then COVID hit, and then we re-enlivened it, reinvigorated it just in 2024.
Fantastic. Now, is there anything else you want to tell our 126,000 travel advisors out there about the Algonquin today?
I just think it's a welcoming place to be free to create. So you kind of curate your own travel experience. You can hide here. You can expose yourself here. It's a place of freedom and really a great jumping point for anything you want to do in New York. We're on a quiet block, really in the center of it all, which translates to an incredibly safe, we're on Club Row, so we're surrounded by these institutions, both Broadway and old
You got
culture.
the Harvard Club, you got the Yacht Club. I was actually at the Harvard Club last night for a Hong Kong tourism event, so I know the whole area pretty well. And of course, you are, the West 45th Street, I used to call it Hotel Row because there's so many hotels up and down between here and Grand Central Station, right?
Oh, packed. I mean, and also, we have institutions like the Iroquois, also old. We have the Knickerbocker right around the corner, as we mentioned.
The second oldest hotel in New York, right?
And the founder of the Martini.
Absolutely.
We made it famous, they created it.
There you go. Where can travel advisors learn more about the Algonquin?
We have a vanity site, we have a Marriott site, but we also have Algonquin. Our Instagram presence has gotten quite big, but also we have the Algonquin cat on Instagram, so check him out and support Hamlet. He has about...
Yeah, well, you talked about that, the Hamlet the cat. Talk a little bit about that.
This is the 8th tabby that we have at the hotel, rescue cat. And people come from far and wide to come and greet Hamlet, and he's our resident feline concierge. So he's part of the check-in experience, part of the dining experience if he feels like it. He's gone up and down in weight depending. He gained a little bit of pandemic weight, but then lost it over the past couple of years. And he's just an excellent addition. He's got a great personality and is a happy greeter.
Hotel cat. That's great. No, that's fantastic. Willis, thank you so much for hosting us here. It's always been, this hotel has been around for so long, and I have come here for drinks after theater, and I've met people for drinks years ago, and now I really want to come back because you've done such a magnificent job of recreating the whole ambience, the history of the place, that I think it's a place that your clients, it's historic. It really is a place in New York, and it's so centrally located. You can't find a much more centrally located hotel than this one. So again, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.